Today's practice is going to be about opening up the front body, the side body and the back body to facilitate this expansion of the breath. So I'd really like you to have a focus on these areas of the body as we move through the stretches. What we're going to do is move into a gentle stretch, and then I want you to use the breath to go just a little bit deeper. Again, this is suitable for prenatal, postnatal and any stage of motherhood. So anything we do to open up the body and facilitate that expansion of the breath is beneficial to us both physically and mentally. So prenatally, because our breath is so restricted with the growth of the belly, all these side stretches and opening up will just help to get that expansion with the breath. Postnatally, you might find that you're quite tense in certain areas of the body, particularly upper body, the front body, and also the hips. And so all the movement we'll do will just help to relieve that tension and again facilitate that expansion of the breath. As mums, it's just a beautiful way to move and connect with the body and the breath. So there are so many elements to the breath. Of course, there's the lungs, which is what we tend to focus on mostly, but there's also the diaphragm, which sits under the lungs, and this facilitates the movement of the lungs. So it's the pulling down of this diaphragm, which allows the lungs to open, expand, and allows the breath in. As part of that, there's also the ribs that need to expand, which is connected to your spine. There's also the movement of the chest and the upper back. There's also the movement of the belly, which helps to allow the diaphragm room and gets that full expansion of the breath. So whilst we do tend to focus on the lungs, there's so many elements going on when it comes to breathing. So you can imagine if you're tight or blocked in any other areas of the body, then this can really restrict the breath. So this practice that we're about to do is all about opening up these areas and then get that breath moving and connecting through the body. This is a wonderful way to get the body warmed up as well, and then you can follow up with another practice or move gently into Kate's meditation. So let's start in a seated position. You can grab a block or a bolster to put under the sit bones if that feels more comfortable. Otherwise, just pressing the sit bones into the floor, starting to lift and lengthen the spine, lifting the crown of the head up towards the sky. So we're going to start for a few moments just with the eyes closed. Before you change anything, I just want you to start to focus on the body and the breath. Start to draw your awareness to the movement of your breath naturally around the body. Notice if it's high up in your chest, or if it's short, or if it naturally moves down towards the belly. Begin to slow your breath down. With every inhale, take it just a little bit deeper. And with every exhale, draw the breath out just that little bit longer. I want you to imagine that when you breathe in, the breath is moving not just to the belly, the lungs, the chest, but actually making its way to all parts of the body. All the way down the legs to the toes, all the way down the arms to the fingertips, up through the head right to the crown and top of the head. With every inhale, feel as though the body is expanding just that little bit, it's spreading. With every exhale, feel as though the body is softening. As you continue to breathe deeply, the body is expanding, creating space. But you also get a sense of awareness of each part of the body. So take a moment to scan the body now. Just notice how different parts of your body feel. Notice any areas of tightness or tension. See if with every exhale you can soften just that little bit further and release some of that tension, release anything that you're gripping or holding on to. See if you can lift and lengthen your spine just a little bit further. Shoulders drawing back gently. Hips, knees, legs soft. find a gentle rhythm to your breath. And then you can keep the eyes closed or you can open them, but just have a soft gaze, so not focusing on anything in particular. And just start some really gentle hip movements. So just taking some small rotations with the torso. Try to just let this become natural and feel really fluid. So just let the body take you where it wants to. If it feels good to go a little deeper, then go with that. If it feels nice to keep the rotations quite small, then stay there. If you do start to go a little deeper, as you inhale, I want you to think about drawing your shoulders back as you come forward, and then exhale, release the upper back, roll back onto the sit bones. So maybe if you've kept the hip rotations quite small, start to deepen them a little bit now. So we're almost mimicking that action that we have with a cat-cow movement where the belly drops and spine dips. So we've got that inhale, belly forward, arch the spine forward, and then exhale, round through the spine, drawing the belly back. Swapping directions, and just really notice how this feels for your hips and the arms, shoulders. Always remembering to connect your movement with your breath. So this is all about opening up the breath. So we don't want to forget about our use of the breath. Coming back to the center. Let's bring one hand behind you, one hand to the knee. If you're pregnant, keep it to your closest knee. If you're not, feel free to take it across the body. We're going to inhale to lengthen and then exhale, twist. Tuck the chin in, turn the head to look over the back shoulder. So a beautiful twist just to release any tension along the spine. So anything along the spine that's going to inhibit the breath, we're just going to move and release that now. As you inhale, return the head to center, release the arms and come over the other side. So inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. And when you're in the twist, don't forget about your breath. So really breathe deeply into the belly. Really get that breath moving the length of the spine. As you inhale, come back through the center. And then take one hand to the side, extend the opposite arm up, and then exhale over for a stretch. I want you to find a nice, comfortable, gentle stretch here and hold. And this is where we're going to start to use the breath. So as you inhale, I want you to draw your breath to that opening down the side of the body. So rather than trying to deepen the stretch with your body, we're actually deepening the stretch with your breath to see if you can find that little bit more space. And then slowly inhale, come back through the center, coming over the other side. Extending one hand to the floor, take one arm overhead. And again, find that gentle stretch. Hold, and then use your breath. Inhale. Expand the side ribs. And then gently come back through the center. So having opened up through the sideways, let's take the hands behind you, interlace the fingers, draw the shoulder blades back and down, and then open through the front of the body. So really broaden through the collarbone, draw the shoulders down, lift the chin just to get a gentle stretch through the front, and then drop the chin to the chest softly. And again, use the breath. So once you find that position that's comfortable, inhale, see if you can go just that little bit deeper without moving any other part of the body. And then slowly release. Creeping the hands forward, now working into the back body. Take the fingertips forward. Bring them to the floor, round through the top of the back, round through the spine, drop the head if that feels okay. Now obviously if you're pregnant, take this nice and gently. You just need a gentle opening through the back body. If you're not pregnant, feel free to go as far forward as you can. Find your position, hold, and then find that breath. Breathe in deeply. Breathe into the side ribs, the top of the body, the middle of the back, and the lower back. See if you can go just that little bit deeper with every inhale. And of course, with your exhale, you're softening, you're relaxing, you're letting go. And then slowly release. So we're going to take it a little bit deeper now that we've opened up from this seated position. We're going to spin on the mat and come into child's pose. So this is a really beautiful position to access the back body. So take the knees nice and wide, walk the hands forward, palms to the floor, relax the forehead down, and then concentrate your breath into the back of the body. Inhale. Breathe space into the upper back, middle back, lower back. And of course, you can move here in any way that feels good. So you might even like to extend your right arm a little further towards the top of the mat. Breathe into the side waist. And then maybe do the opposite thing to the other side, down your left side. Of course, you can even walk the hands all the way over to the left. If you're taking these variations, again, use the breath. So find that position, breathe into the side waist. Use that breath to open up, create more space. Come back through the center, walk the hands over to the other side, and breathe into the left. Inhale back through the center. Walking the hands back. Bring the legs about hip width apart. Take the fingers behind you, shoulders back, and inhale, open right through the front of the body. And then slowly release. Walk the hands forward, coming to the top of your mat. Legs are hip width. Tuck the toes and let's press into our downward dog. And then feel free to walk or move your downward dog in any way that feels good. So it might be pedaling the feet, shifting the hips. And then come back to a little bit of stillness, legs hip width. Soften the heels down but keep the knees soft. Press the belly back towards the thighs. Broaden through the shoulders, create space between the ears and the shoulders. Come back to your breath. And then we're going to walk your hands back and your feet forward and meet in the middle. Legs hip width apart. If you're pregnant, you might even like to take them a little wider. Knees nice and soft, and we're just going to roll forward. So just take a nice forward fold and feel how that releases all the way along the spine. You can leave the arms hanging or you can take a hold of opposing elbows. Relax the head and the neck. Feel free to hang here as long as you like. And then release the fingertips to the floor. Let's heel and toe the feet in just a little bit. Take a few stretches through the backs of the legs. So inhale, looking forward, fingertips to the floor, all the shins as you lengthen through the spine, and then exhale, fold. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold. One more, inhale, forward. Exhale, fold. And then walk the hands forward, walk the feet back. Come back into downward dog just for a breath. Bring the knees to the floor, hips to the heels. Relax the forehead down. Relax the elbows and the arms. Come into your child's pose. This completes your practice, so feel free to stay here as long as you like.